Here to keep the chase going, share information, spread unity, preserve our heritage and our culture. We're trying to achieve something that you just can't catch. We're always trying to find a better way, trying to make better dogs. That's what Dixie Doggers Podcast is. That's who we are. Everybody, Dixie Doggers Podcast, downtown, one more time, doing it again.
Yes, indeed.
We got another guest tonight. That's I've been paying attention on social media a little bit whenever I can get on there, and kind of piqued my interest a while back when I seen this lady on there. This woman, she's doing all this badass stuff, like, I mean, hiking through the mountains with her own dogs. She ain't got no guy with her. Like, she's just bossing it up. And then, like, she's catching hogs, and then she's fucking running bear hounds, and probably got, I'm sure there's armadillo in there or something like that too. But we're talking about the beast huntress herself, Miss Jenn Cubbage, is with us tonight. So how you doing, Miss Jenn?
What's up?
Oh man, we're just hanging out and hanging on. So what are y'all up to?
So I'm on the side of the Savannah River on an island drinking moonshine with some other fucking asshole.
Right on. Birds of a feather flock together. There you go.
For sure. Yeah, the first time me and this dickhead met, he called me the most famous hog hunter on Facebook.
There you go.
But he's actually like the OG.
Okay.
Motherfucker's the OG. So
Yeah, and
we're
those
just
are
hanging out, man.
yeah, those are the guys that don't ever want to talk either. So we're gonna get his ass on here with us. He can jump in here and there, but we're gonna wind up doing a podcast with his ass. We got to come out there and get him drunk, and then do it.
If I keep hitting this moonshine, y'all gonna get me talking.
There you go. Just hit it a little bit. So, well, Jen, how did you come about to do it? Give us, a little background history. Who you are, where you're from, what you do, and then go into the dogs and how you got them and how you got started.
So honestly, before my interest peaked on having my own dogs, I fox hunted on horseback in Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time, there wasn't any inclination that I could have my own pack of dogs, because in Maryland, there's big money. It costs thousands of dollars to become like a club member. You got to be a certain type of person. And I just like riding fast, walk at work, even though I didn't really understand at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I eventually bought a farm in Camden, South Carolina, to fox hunt off of horses in the winter. And it's not the same. You know what I mean? Like now it would be the same because I understand dogs work and stuff, but then I was more like a bystander. It was more about drinking your port, being fucking fancy. And
yeah,
that's not who I'm a little fancy, but I started then. And then during COVID, I actually moved to South Carolina. But before that, I was in the middle of divorce and I was sitting on my couch drinking margaritas. And I was like, what am I going to do this fall? I need to go on a vacation. And I booked a hog hunt in South Carolina because it was close to where my farm was. I'd never hunted a day in my life. No one in my family hunt. I was just fucking drinking tequila and thought that was a good idea.
Yeah.
And I called one of my buddies who is an avid hunter. He and I have been friends for, at that time, probably 10 years, 15 years. And I know he's in the industry and he's an avid, buck hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, dude, like, I'm trying to go on a hog hunt. Do you know anybody that guides hunts, whatever? And he knows how I am. Like, yeah, I'll be back to the tomorrow. What you do for me? And I went on the internet and I booked a hog hunt in South Carolina. And the next day I posted about it on Facebook. And he was like, dude, you don't even have a fucking hunting license. And I said, oh, you need a hunting license to do that? So that's how my hunting career started. I showed up to this outfitter and never hunted a day in my life. I shot guns and shit, but never hunted. And there's vultures flying around, there's stuff outside, and I sat for that 250 thinking, what the fuck did I just get myself into?
Yeah.
And I just found I found my life's purpose, honestly.
Yeah.
So I went in there, I hunted, you know, I'll tell you more about it, but like, I didn't even know how to get into a deer stand. Like, that's how fucked up it was. But that night they knew that I wanted to stick a hog. So we went out that night with the guy's dogs and I stuck a hog. And before that, I raised so I know how to do the hog. And the dogs caught the hog in the swamp, and they were all talking about who was going in there. And I fucking jumped in the swamp, grabbed the hog, and stabbed it while they were screaming at me not to get bit by the fucking pit bull. And they looked at me like, you is a crazy bitch. and that's when
Oh, we lost you.
I said that's when I was born.
Okay, I got
okay.
you. Yeah, now I can hear you. Yeah, we lost you. You started breaking up just a little bit there. So
Yeah, he was going in and out just a
yeah,
hair.
she's probably up there running around the damn yard.
No, I'm not.
On the
I'm
island.
actually sitting here with my clothes on.
Okay, I got you. Oh man.
Are you
So-
on? Do you have speakerphone on?
Yeah, should I not have speakerphone?
So
Could you turn it off and
try it like that. Because
See
a
if it
lot
goes
of
through.
times it'll do that. It'll break up. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you have great service or not.
The only person whose speakerphone has worked really good was John Thomas's. He was on speakerphone the whole time, and his
Yeah.
was just as good as could be. But everybody else's is not.
Yeah, I see. I
Can
don't
you
know.
hear me now?
Oh yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that sounds
Sweet.
real good. But anyway, sorry about all that. But like you said, that's when you were born. That's kind of the same thing that happened to me. I mean, I
Yeah.
came from a hunting background, of course, but the first time I stuck one, it was like, okay, this is what I need to do.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that's it.
Yeah, it's.
And then I went and bought a whole bunch of fucking dogs and figured it out.
And like I said, I kept up with you from the first time I'd seen that. I was like, I want to see where this goes, and so
You never know where it's going to go. Neither do I.
exactly. So what kind of dogs? So for the listeners out there and the people that are in Australia and China and
You guys have
listen,
listeners in Australia.
I talk to them every day.
Shit.
Yeah, like we're worldwide now, hon. We're doing it.
That's
And,
awesome.
Yeah, it really is. It started out in the shed in the yard, in our trapping shed, just talking a little shit, and now we're worldwide. We're in, I don't know, 50 countries or more, and I don't know. But anyway, so for all those people out there that don't know who you are, tell them what kind of dogs you got and the process that it took for you to get your dogs started and hunting. What the world happened? It just hung up.
Might have dropped her. I don't know.
Might have did. I don't know. See if she calls back or if I
Might
need
have
to call.
dropped her. I'm not sure.
All right. We'll do it again. It sounded really clear there.
Oh no, I lost you guys.
Yeah, no, it was fine. Like I said, it was really clear and it just hung up. I don't know. Anyway, what was the last thing you heard me say? You don't know?
You were talking about Australia.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we've hit like 50 countries now, so there's people out there that they might not know who you are. So tell them the breed of dogs that you got and how you train those dogs, how you started that.
We'll be back after a quick break.
And now, thanks to the sponsors and friends of Dixie Doggers. Animal Housing Solutions.
Boars and Broads.
Crockett Taxidermy.
Hardcore Hog Dogs.
Southern Cross Cut Gear.
Ada Y Transport.
4L Kennels,
The American Doghorn Museum.
Unique Hound and Hunting Supply,
Hogbaying.com.
Tuskers Magazine,
Mud Creek Hog Dog Trials.
So I went to Orangeburg, which is the Grand American, where they have like the coon dog show,
Yes.
the coon dog hunt. So when I decided that I wanted to get some dogs, I went there. I got a American Leopard Hound, which at that time I thought it was a Catahoula. I didn't know any difference. I got a Jag Mountain Cur Cross and another Leopard Hound, and that was like my original 3.
okay,
And then I needed a maid dog, train those dogs. So I went online. I found this guy that was trying to sell a dog that was a maid hog dog, legit. And you know how it is buying dogs off of Facebook, right?
yes,
And the dog actually ended up being legit. I went and bought the dog. He was like, "Oh, this dog's from this asshole sitting next to me, Marion Gohagan from Low Country Mafia." And I was like, "I don't even know who the fuck that is." And he's like, "Well, this is a legit dog." And I was like, "Whatever you say, dude, just whatever."
yeah,
So that night I took that dog from Charleston, drove him out to the country, dry, no scent, and that dog beta hog, beta sow by itself. That was probably 175 pounds.
hell
Beta
yeah,
sow by itself against a tree, and I went in there and killed it. And the guy that I was hunting with was like, "Damn, you actually got a legit hog dog. That shit doesn't happen." And now I'm sitting here next to this motherfucker, next to on the Savannah River that I basically got my stock from.
hell yeah.
So it's
So
come full circle.
Come full circle on you. That's pretty damn good.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, without a doubt. Because there's a lot of times that when stuff like that happens and you get a dog when you first start out, you're getting the shittiest dogs, and they don't hunt worth the fuck, and you know what I mean. And so you wind up culling them, and you never want to see the person you got them from. But in your case, it worked out great.
And even my bulldog, I got my bulldog from this guy in northern Georgia, and everybody's like, "I can't believe you're driving that far full of bulldogs." You know, that bulldog he will kill himself before he lets go of that hog.
That's right.
And I made out on that dog. So the 2 dogs that I bought that were made to help train the rest of my pack, I mean, they were legit, thankfully.
Hell yeah. You can't, I mean, that's
Hey, guys,
success.
what it is,
Yeah.
he's just so damn good looking. Guys, we bad shit.
Oh, I hear you. That's what I'm talking about. So when you did this this first hunt, and you know when you on your first successful hunt there, you knew right then, you were like, okay, this is what I want to do. So how many other dogs did you wind up getting after that, or you just still got the first ones?
So I got those 4, and then I bought 2 more. And one of them I still have. He really is a real good help dog. He actually hunts out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's an anchor with my bulldog. They both fucking anchor that hog for me. And then the other bitch that I bought, unfortunately, I think the guy that I got him from was a little rough, and she was timid, and it didn't really work out for her with being around people. However, she is a good producer, and I saw that in her. So she's actually produced some of the stock that I have now.
Okay. Well, so it all worked out. That's good on that.
I mean,
part for sure.
I've trained since my whole life, and I'd like to think a little bit that dogs aren't that different than horses.
Yeah.
In that I can just kind of read an animal, and I knew she had the nose, she had the sense, but she was too skittish when she was around people to go out and hunt like she naturally would.
Mm-hmm.
So I just used her as a brood bitch.
Yeah. So she had the qualities you could see except for being very open to people. And a lot of times that is because of people. You know,
Correct.
somebody messed her up, and that's not her fault, you know.
Correct.
So,
and I saw that.
Yeah, and that's good that you could actually see that, because there's a lot of people would be quick just to cull that dog and move along, and that's fine if that's your thing and that's what you want to do, you know. But
Correct.
being able to read a dog, and especially when it works out, that means that you were actually able to read the dog. So
Yeah.
sweet. So now you did do the hog hunt. Now then you got into the bears. You got into some of the bear dogs too, didn't you?
Yeah. So I got into bear hunting maybe 2 seasons ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and bought a plot dog again from Orangeburg. And he's actually out of really good stock. And I trained him during the summer. Bear season, he saw pushed him over to bear. And it's very hard for me not to use him dual purpose because he would be great at it.
Yeah.
But when you have a dual purpose dog, they get too gritty on a hog because they can, and then they go to get gritty on a bear and they're fucking dead.
Yeah, it did.
And and I get it, but like I know how good of a bear dog he is, and I don't want to lose that dog. So I'm trying to keep him single purpose.
Yes.
And then I went and bought a walker bitch up in Pennsylvania. And she's about a year and a couple months. She started running last season, get in there at the end of the season on some rough bears, and then to come back. She trailed herself back. I mean, she's got a really good nose, but she just didn't have the confidence. So all winter, I coon hunted her for a bit, and hopefully I'll start running her this summer, and she'll get a little bit more confidence with the bear because her nose is awesome. But honestly, if she's not like a bear, I bought some donkey, a mammoth donkey that I'm going to coon hunt off of, and she's going to be my coon hunt dog.
Hell yeah. So she's good. She's good coon hunting, right? Good coon dog.
I mean, yeah, she was a good coon dog over the winter. That's usually how you start a bear dog. But like I said, if she still is timid on a bear once the season starts, I'll just take her back to tune and I'll ride my big donkey, and we'll go to the national forest at night and coon hunt, and I'll have my little coon dog.
Hell yeah. That's funny that you say it. Nathan's been talking about getting a little donkey.
I don't want a big one. I want a small.
He wants a burro.
Yes.
He wants a little
like
burro.
Like how small?
Like a fucking miniature donkey's what he's wanting.
No,
That's all it is.
not
Come
that.
on, man.
Yeah. Oh, just big
Listen,
enough.
you're probably too big for a miniature donkey.
No. I don't want to ride
No,
it.
he's just gonna have it.
I want it to carry all my shit through the mountains and drag the pig out for me. I want to put the pig on its
Okay.
back and then it walk out. But everything's so rough and thick, I don't want to ride it. So it's like, why get a big one? It costs less to feed it. And plus, just big animals make me nervous.
Mhm.
Stop being a pussy.
I agree.
I don't. Listen. I don't want no horses. I don't want no donkeys. I don't want none of that shit
Oh,
at all.
God.
I'm bad enough with dogs. Like I don't need nothing else to fuck up because I'm just one of those kind of people that I expect too much, too fast, and got to slow down in life. I finally
The
started.
more trouble I
to.
can get into, the better.
Oh, okay. I hear you. That's what I'm talking about. So, well, on these big escapades that you're doing now, are you in the mountains or in the low country more?
I actually live in the Midlands in South Carolina.
Midlands,
So I
okay.
can get to the mountains in 3 hours. I can get to low country in 3 hours. So I'm kind of in the middle.
I got you. Which would you rather hunt, or does it matter? Is
I
that
mean,
big a difference?
I honestly prefer hogs. So I prefer the low country.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, like, I went on this Artemis hunt where I led these girls on a coon hunt, and they called me a mountain goat.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that I had mountain legs, but I guess I built some mountain legs, and they said I left them in the dust.
Yeah.
And that shit's different, man.
It really is. 100%. If
Hey.
you've never done it, it's tough. Yeah.
Fellas, hey, I had a little 10-year-old boy. We were taking him out Sunday morning to kill his first hog with the dogs.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Jenn brought her bulldog. And we've hunted together a couple times. We ain't really been on a lot of hogs. And I said, I just kind of backed up. I said, I'm going to see what this old girl's all about. She's got hands with hip overalls, t-shirt and sleeves cut out. And these dogs are bait up in a damn bed with great vines all in it. I'm going to back off and see what this gal knows. But hey, she walked up in there, arms pouring blood. You never heard of ouch. Little boy got to kill his first hog. It was a damn good day. But
Hell yeah.
Gal, she ain't scared of nothing. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, like, hell, she took off and just starts. I mean, that's hard for most anybody to do, just to have the confidence and to be able to go just get dogs and take off and go hunt. Because there's a lot of people that do it, but they're not successful at it. Or
Right.
they've been raised around it, and they know how the process goes, and they've got uncles and buddies and all this shit that'll take them. But you didn't have that. You're just like, hey, I'm fixing to do this shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, that's pretty badass, I have to say myself.
I will say the hardest part of all of it is trying to find land. You know, this
Yes.
is like, I'm from the North. I'm a goddamn Yankee. I don't know anybody down here. And I'm a single woman. So it's
Mhm.
very hard to find land to hunt with. I can find a lot of dumb motherfuckers to hunt with,
Yeah,
but I can't find my own land to hunt.
yeah,
And
that's
so I hunted a lot of WMA, and I appreciate it, and I love it. And if I can catch hogs on a WMA, then I think I'm doing okay.
yes. Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like I said, it's like that, I guess, everywhere, honestly. It's probably a lot harder for you as well, like you said, because you're a single woman and you're from up north and you're coming down south. It wouldn't matter if you were a woman or a man. When people hear a northern accent, especially like in Alabama, the first thing they're going to be is like, what are you doing here? You know,
Yeah,
what, do you live
for
here?
sure.
Or any, that's just how it is. And not saying it's the right way to be, but that's just how a lot of it is.
Exactly.
And so you really do have the cards stacked against you. I think there's a lot of guys out here that would be, they'd probably be saying, well, no, it's just who you know and this and that. But even at that rate, it still would have to be harder, I think.
I mean, it's hard, but when you love it, you're going to make it happen, right?
Yes. There's no doubt about it. So
Yeah.
hunting the public land, have you ran into any bullshit with that or with other hunters or?
You know, there's always bullshit because, like, there's so many people at certain times that hunt some of these WMAs when they open. And honestly, I try to hunt the furthest away from them and I'm still successful. You know,
Yeah.
like I try to go away from all the dogs. There's a time at one of these in March that like all the bear hunters bring their bear dogs to keep them fit. And I mean, the dogs are loud. It draws your dogs over to them. There's
Yeah.
like, people everywhere. The hogs are running everywhere. So I just go up high. Everybody's hunting the swamp. They got boats. And I go up high, it's quiet, it's me and my dogs, and I can watch them work. I can, see what's going on. I can find signs because nobody's up there.
Yeah, it
So-
makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And not a lot of people want to hunt up high because they think all the hogs are low. But when there's 50 trucks and probably 250, 300 fucking hounds running up and down the river,
Yeah.
I mean, the hogs aren't going to beat all the hogs move. They're fucking smart. They know.
Without a doubt. And that's there's a lot of people they won't take and do their homework because they have been taught to do things a certain way, and it literally brainwashes you. Like
Well,
they can't stray from it. I'm like, just try something new. Fuck. I mean, it's not hard.
Well, there's that, but they're also hunting with all their buddies. So they got to do what all their buddies want.
Oh, yeah.
Usually I'm out there by myself and I'm like, fuck it, this is what I'm doing. And I
Oh,
don't have
yeah.
to ask anybody and I do what I want.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense. Because you're right too. Because like I have changed some of the ways that I hunt so that way, it works out better for everybody. that, you know, that we
Or what
hunt
they
with.
want to do. But I mean, like, just because everybody wants to do it doesn't mean that that's the right way.
Exactly. No, you're right. Now, see, and I'm glad you said that because they all think I'm an asshole because I'll be like, everybody's giving their opinions. I'm like, no, fuck, we ain't doing that. We'll do this. Either that or I'll just go do it by myself. You
I
know?
love hunting by myself. And I've been told my whole hunt career that I cannot hunt by myself and I need to do this and I shouldn't have air dogs and hog dogs. But guess what? Like, that's what I want to do and I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's pretty cool though. You know, it was like that when I first started here, there was no hogs. Everybody's like, well, where are you going to catch hogs at? So I'd have to drive, 2 or 3 hours at least. And now over the years, hogs have got up closer and I was one of the first guys around this area. So I've got all the property that I want because I was hunting it even when there wasn't no hogs there. I'd walk every fucking inch of it and catch armadillos. But I was
they're fun
already
to
there.
catch too.
Yeah. Like we hunt it. Like, listen, if them dogs run it, if it can be run, we'll get it. I don't care.
Listen, I'm all about a meat dog. If I'm hunting in sign, but it's old sign and there isn't hogs there.
Yeah.
If my dogs start running shit, at least they're trying to fucking kill something.
Exactly.
Now listen, if there's fucking hogs there and they're fucking running deer, I will be pissed.
Yeah.
But normally does not happen. It's normally
That's
when
right.
there's no hogs, they're like, fuck it, we need to kill something.
I've been with a bunch of people that will get pissed off at the dogs, but for that reason, because there's no hogs or there's no sign that's worth the shit, and the dogs will bump a deer or they'll damn run an armadillo or something. I'm like, well, there's nothing here. So I mean,
Right.
you ought to be happy that your dogs are wanting to hunt.
Right.
Yeah, so
I mean, I can see why somebody doesn't want their dog to crash.
Yeah.
Get it? Personally, I rather mind hunt something. There's no hogs.
Yeah.
Because I know that they have love of them.
So what's the weirdest thing that you've ever caught out in the woods or bait or caught, whatever? The animal. Weirdest animal.
I mean, I did have a groundhog fucking breed. Is
Mhm.
that a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I've caught many fucking armadillos, and the armadillos have been in many pieces, but I've never seen a groundhog climb up a tree.
I've seen one, but now our dogs didn't tree it. I just seen this. It was at my uncle's house. It was in the backyard. And that's the first time I didn't know what the hell it was. At first I was like, what is that? And he's like, it's a groundhog. I was like, in a tree? He said, yeah. But other than that, I don't know nothing about them. That's pretty cool.
Luckily, I have not had any of my dogs bay an alligator. That's like one of my fucking fears is
Yeah.
to get to a bay and it's a fucking alligator and some dumbass is trying to catch it. Because all my dogs are pretty gritty.
Yeah.
I've been to 7 bays in my life that I was running as hard as I could go. But I said it was a bad one, all them dogs backed up there. And it was an alligator snapping turtle about big around a 5-gallon bucket most every time.
Damn.
I've had that happen 6 times a month.
No shit. Yeah, that snapping turtle that big will wear a dog's ass out.
You haven't backed no figure.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Turtle dogs.
Yeah, them dogs ain't bad. They ain't stupid. They know.
Oh, yeah.
We've made box turtles. Like with puppies. Like one time, man, we were in the hills and we were running. Like I was like, we gotta get there. And it's a fucking box turtle.
My God.
I just sat down and laughed. I mean, I couldn't do nothing but laugh. But
I feel you.
I was ready to choke that pup to death, though. Ain't no doubt. So, but now with this whole thing as the female hunter, like you said, it's hard to get property, and you're hunting these WMAs, and you've had to deal with some bullshit with there. What's the positive sides of it? Like that's some of that's a lot of negative stuff. So what's the positive side you see from this?
Honestly,
Yeah.
I've got boobs.
Yeah. So I
mean, like, I get invited to fucking hunt a lot, but I mean, are they people that I really want to hunt with? Usually not.
Yeah.
Usually I get invited to hunt because I'm a chick. I hunt with these people. They're fucking assholes. They're fucking trying to cheat on their wives, like all that shit. Like that shit sucks. But I mean, I've met a lot of people, and a lot of good people, a lot of bad people. And I've met a lot of cool chicks that are into the same thing. And it's like, as long as like I block out all of the fucking bullshit, it's great.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of bullshit when I don't think people realize.
I can only imagine that.
I remember I was on the tailgate. I was fucking on the tailgate with me talking one night. And I was like, why can't I just be one of the dudes? And he's like, I think he thought I was talking that I wanted to be a tranny or something.
Oh,
and he's
shit.
like, yes. And he's like, well, everybody can be who they want to be. And I was like, no, dude, that's not what I'm fucking saying.
I appreciate your acceptance,
Yeah,
sir,
I mean,
but
like,
there's been a
Fucking
miscommunication.
2024. I mean, look, you can have boobs in the winter if you want to. It's fine. We all love you. It's cool. Give me another beer.
Pretty much what he was saying.
Was his name Rodney? 'Cause
No.
I know a guy that'll do that shit. His name's Rodney. It's my partner.
But listen, I was like just being legit, like just trying to be like, why can't I just be one of the dudes? Like, and he thought I was talking about like, why can't I just be like a chick with a dick that wants to? No,
Yeah.
that's not.
That's yeah. That's
I just want to fit in.
yeah. I just want to fit in where I get in. Damn. Yeah, you piqued that
God.
interest on that one. Hell yeah. But that right there is, yeah, I can only imagine how much bullshit you get with that part, you know, with the I don't know, the innuendo that comes along with that. Because you know how
Dude,
many
I've been called. Listen, I've been called a lesbian. I don't want to fuck some dude that I hunt with. And
Yeah.
he tells everybody that like that hunt camp and I'm a fucking lesbian. And I mean, I'm abrasive. I'm a little bit a strong-minded person, so I can see that. But like, no, I'm just who I am. But then I can also see like there's all these dudes that are fucking married that try to hunt with me, but then they lie about hunting with me because they don't want their wives to do so.
yeah, that's
And like,
not cool.
I'm legit trying to fucking hunt my dogs. I don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
I think they want me to give a shit about them, but I don't fucking care. I care about my dogs.
You know, like when this podcast, when we release this one, you're probably going to be viral. Like there's going to be motherfuckers in Australia and New Zealand. They're going to be like, hey, I'll have a sex change too, and can you go hunting with me? You know, I'm telling you, Jen, this is you're fixing to erupt. But
Oh God.
and what you're saying, I know guys who have actually done that same shit. They've literally been with us, and we've carried women hunting with us, and we've went hunting. There's 2 young girls that went with us last year. Well, we all went together, and they were some of the best hands that we ever had step foot on the dirt. And everybody is like, well, what did you tell your wife? I was like, what the fuck you mean? I told my wife, hey, we're going hunting. There's 2 young ladies that's going to be with us. She's like, okay. And that's the end of that, because I mean, I'm not some weirdo and I'm not some creep in that manner. I'm probably fucking weird with other stuff, but not like that.
I think it's the dudes that are trying to fucking hide shit. They're the ones that have to hide, you know?
Yeah, that's not cool, because like I said, you're just really trying to go hunt your dogs. It's not about trying to get with a guy and that's disrespectful as shit, first off. You know,
I mean, for real, but there's a reason why I hunt with people a couple times.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I hunt with people once, you know?
That's right. Now, in this whole thing right here, I want to ask a question. Are there any lesbians that try to hit on you to go hunt? I'm good.
You know,
I mean, like we're on the subject. I'm just asking.
You'll be honest enough.
Yes, I know you're not going to lie to me. I was wondering.
honestly don't know any lesbians that hunt.
Okay, good deal. We'll move on from that one.
Honestly, every chick that like hunts, like they like the cop.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm talking about. They shit. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so
So no, I don't know any lesbians. I don't.
Marion, I'm praying for you.
I need all the help I can.
Oh man, this is awesome. And so let's get on this hunting stuff here without all the damn
Okay.
all the other stuff. Let's try to get serious. Now you got me all sidetracked over here. I'm trying to figure out what kind of, because I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, I know some of these guys. I know it. I know for a fucking fact. There's some of them that I personally know that have been calling you or messaging you. And like, hey, you want to go hunting? You know,
Probably so.
I'm pretty sure. I guarantee you.
Probably so.
So when you were talking about you'd rather go hog hunting in the low country, you like that better. Is it the low country there? Is it more like, is it marshland or what is it? Set us up for that. Give us the land type and how a hunt's going to go.
What's that? I'm sorry, you broke up.
No, I'm okay. So hunting in the low country,
Yeah.
give us a rundown of like what the land looks like, the terrain, the type of vegetation, all that shit that's out there, what you're going to be running in, what you're going to be baying in, you know, set it up like that. So some of the viewers
So
or listeners.
So normally you're hunting by water. I mean, you're hunting by some kind of water source.
Yeah.
It's going to be thick. It's going to be briars. It's pretty flat. It's kind of like a jungle.
That's pretty wild.
Boy, mainly when we catch hogs, everybody thinks the low country, they think of all these cypress swamps and stuff. We catch a lot of hogs up on the hill and them young pines between fire beds.
Okay. I got
Like
you.
right now, the corn's mutton and boy, these farmers are wearing me out. We hunting so hard right now, they tearing the corn up, but it's where we hunting's either got beaver ponds full of alligators. I killed a hog the other morning, and my buddy went back in there the next morning, and there was an alligator. He'd eaten half of the. He was out 60 yards into the cornfield. He'd eaten half the alligator and was snapping at the buzzer.
No shit.
And I
That's
was like,
crazy.
man, I almost went that morning. If I turned my dogs loose, they'd have run right up on that son.
Yeah, see, we just got back from South Georgia this past weekend, and like you said, the corn's putting off, and the peanuts are coming up good, and so that's where a lot of the hogs are, and they got, there's not a lot of water where we hunted at, but it's a lot of damn thick stuff.
Yeah.
There's enough water though.
Yeah. Now we
Well,
hunted.
the problem
Go ahead.
where a lot of places we hunt down there in the low country, when it gets dry like it is down here now, you'll have a hole there about big as 2 or 3 pickups, but there's allowed to be a 9-foot alligator laid in that little hole.
Yeah.
You ain't got no water to help you go through it.
Damn.
We lose a few dogs to the alligators, but it's you got to watch it this time of year for sure.
I can only imagine. We don't have to really worry about gators where we hunt, where we live at. Other places, yeah, but like where we live at, we don't have to deal with the gators. So, and I'm glad. I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yep.
I mean, that's why there's some spots in the Midlands that hold hogs, and I'd much rather hunt there because I know there's no gators I gotta worry about.
Yeah.
And when you're hunting by yourself, like it's a lot to deal with. You're like in the middle of a national forest, and you can't have an ATV. You're on foot. Your dog's fucking maybe a mile away, and you gotta fucking run. I mean, you're praying that it's just a hog, and it's not an alligator.
Yeah. No
Man,
doubt.
I've caught hogs and them bait hogs and catch them in them Carolina bays, and we'll be out there nut deep to waist deep, pretty deep sometimes, and damn, you go there and grab the hog and then shine around in the pond, and there's like 27 cents dead eyes out there, like feed.
Oh Lord, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, we got when
I won't
when
do
that
all that.
river gets low, shit, them gators they'll flop to them lakes and them ponds right there.
damn. So
Of course, the hogs do too. That's the only water they
I
got.
think say that's where the hogs are going too, is where the water's at.
Yep.
So you've lost dogs to the gators before? I mean, like, it's a pretty common thing. So right,
Well, it's not terribly common, but
but
yeah,
it happens.
I mean,
It happens.
me and everybody I hunt with lost people over years.
What's What's kind of like one of some kind of story you could tell us about a gator incident, something exciting? Now,
Well,
I mean, it don't have to be with a dog getting injured or none of that. I mean, it could be like, as long as you don't incriminate yourself. Tell us.
that's what I was fixing to say. I'm not taking none of my gator stories. But when they got legal to hunt them in South Carolina, they put tags in. I'm not real popular with the game wardens in my area, and it took me 5 years before I could get a tag, and when I finally got one, it was like in September, and it had been real cool, and we had a damn warm day. It was on a Thursday, and that hurt. I'll tell you when it was. Hurricane Matthew was coming in.
Oh yeah.
My youngest daughter was 16 at the time, and she's never hunted a dove, a squirrel. She just never got into the hunting. And I said, Sarah, I'm going to see if I can kill this gator tag this afternoon. You want to go with me? Sure, Daddy. Well, we end up going, and we get a hold of a 12-foot alligator.
Mm.
And we finally get him upside the boat and get ready to shoot him. She goes, oh, my God, Daddy, I'm freaking out. I said, hell, I am too.
Hell yeah.
But, I couldn't get him in the boat. We had to tie him on the side of the boat. It took us like 3 hours to get back to the boat ramp with him. But he was exactly 12 foot, probably weighed 650, 700 pounds. I mean, that was a big old fat thing.
That's a big lizard right there.
Yeah.
That's a big sumbitch right there. They started doing gator tags here in Alabama several years ago, but I've never drawn one, and honestly, I've never even put in to try to draw one. I thought about it though. The last couple of years, I was like, man, that'd be pretty fun. They've killed some big gators here. They killed some 14-footers.
I've seen some of that. I've seen some of that on the internet.
Yeah.
What part of Alabama y'all from?
Just a little bit northwest of Birmingham, around north central Alabama.
Yeah, I bought a lot of quail over the years from Marvin Vick. I think he was up a little bit north.
Yeah, he's north of us. I hauled quail. Well, up until last year, we hauled quail out to Texas for Joe Willis, WW Game Birds.
Yeah.
And which hell, they and the same places they bought from Vic too. Yeah, I went up there.
I bet I bought 500,000 birds from Mr. Marvin in the last 30 years.
Oh hell.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good people.
I always run a quail plantation for the last probably 25, 30 years.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, we've hauled a bunch of damn birds. A bunch of them. And
he's got to go get a beer.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if you run out, you better go get you another one now for sure. You don't want to be dry.
He's going down to the boat.
He seems like our kind of people for sure.
He's all right.
I hear you. Well,
he deals with me. So.
Yeah, I was thinking, so he's got to be all right if you're out there hanging out with him. Shit.
Yeah, it's all right.
No, hey, and we was talking about the whole thing about being a woman in this industry. We seen that post that you made on Facebook. Was it Facebook, Nate, was talking about? Like doing a women's retreat kind of deal?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
So are you going to continue on with that, you think?
So I'm trying to find a spot because I don't think that I want people at my farm.
No.
I'm pretty private,
Yeah.
and you know how that is when people know where you live, they
Yes.
start showing up and shit. But one of my buddies owns a ranch. He's kind of in the low country of South Carolina. He owns a ranch, and he offered for me to have it at his ranch. And I think I'm going to start with a one-day kind of intro to feel comfortable asking questions and base it mostly on deer hunting. That's what most women want to do. That's what I started. Most of my hunting, I did deer hunting.
Yeah.
And people don't know how to scout. They don't know what sign is. They don't know. I mean, I didn't even know how to get into these things. You know what I mean?
That's right.
And I just had to figure it out myself. But what I've been told by a lot of people is that not a lot of women or even men are like me, and they're not going to figure it out, so they don't do it.
Yeah,
I want to inspire people to just fucking have a place that they can figure out some of the shit.
I think that's a really good thing to do.
Yes.
I really do, and we would be open to help any way that we can.
I mean, I don't know everything that there needs to know about any of or all of it, but I can help somebody start.
Yeah.
And I've gotten, social media can be good and it can be bad.
Yes.
And I've gotten messages from grown ass men that said, you know what, you really inspired me. If you can go out there by yourself and fucking figure it out,
Yep.
I feel like I can do it. That I help somebody in that way.
Yes. And that,
And
that's
what's crazy
not
is
many people
like I
can do that.
do what?
I said-
Just go out there and figure it out.
Yeah. I'm telling you, there's just not, I've been in that position to be able to help people. And like I said, the reason we started this was to answer questions.
Yeah.
Because I would get so many, and it's hard to give each person that individual attention to try to help them with their dog or to help them with a hunt or help them just to give them terminology so they even know what to ask or what they're talking about. And like you said, there's a lot of grown men that they don't have that gumption, that will, that want to. And seeing yourself get out there and do that, I'm telling you, you're probably inspiring way more people than you would ever think.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
I mean, I didn't get into this trying to do that, but if I can help somebody, like I'm all about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think it would probably be, better with you there explaining it to him instead of somebody who's been doing it for 40 years.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
you know the frustrations of not knowing what it is.
Yeah, I mean, like I didn't even know what a deer sounded like. Like when I booked that hunt and went on the hog hunt, I also hunted deer. And I remember sitting in that deer stand and I was fucking around singing a song, being a dickhead. And this fucking deer started blowing at me. And I bet you I just fucked up. And I got back to hunting camp and I didn't tell anybody how much I fucked up. But we're sitting around the table, all the old dudes were there, and they're like, "Hey Jen, how long have you been hunting?" Meanwhile, they have like all these old rifles and shit, and I show up with a blackout.
Yeah.
And they're like, "How long have you been hunting?" And I was like, "Today is my first day." And they look at me like, "Who is this crazy shit?"
Oh hell.
But I mean, like, I just went and figured it out. Anybody can figure it out. If I could do it, they really could do it.
Sweet. Yeah, that's something to really think about there, Jen, is to put this thing together and to really put it out there to help people. Like you said, doing it for somebody who's never done it, set it up like a school, and then you could just be the teacher.
Yeah, I mean, my
pretty
buddy
simple.
who offered for me to use his ranch, he's got an outdoor kitchen, he's got like seats, he's got bathrooms, and he's also got the ranch. So, I mean, I could take people out on his land and show them like what a deer trail is and what a scrape is and what a rub is and like shit that I had to figure out myself for however many years.
Yeah.
I can help them. I mean, not a lot of people have the time or the want to go figure that out. It took me years.
Yeah. Ain't no doubt.
And I want to start with deer just because that's the majority of women probably want to start with.
Mm-hmm. So I got something I was thinking about a while ago. You talking about, not knowing all this stuff. When you got your dogs and you started hunting them, you got a tracking system, right?
Yeah.
So did somebody teach you how to use the tracking system or just kind of show you the basics and then you learned it yourself?
No,
or?
I mean, I was just told that Garmin was the best by someone, and I went and bought a fucking combo, handheld, and probably 5 collars, and I just figured it out.
Hell yeah.
I mean, it was a lot of money, but I was like, fuck
Yeah.
it, this is what I got to do to take care of my dogs.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
I'm from back in the days, but I think
Yeah. And
wildlife.
that's what I was just fixing to say. I was like, that kind of reminds me of when when we first seen Garmin, I was like, didn't nobody know how to use the sumbitch?
Yep.
You know, we all was trying to learn it together. I didn't know it had a fucking map on it. Like, I just looked at the compass for like 2 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm a dumbass.
That's what this old motherfucker does. All he does is look at the compass. He could not look at the map.
He just, he knows the country already.
I know the country I'm hunting in, and I just didn't know what section and how far they are. I know where they are.
That's it. He already knows the country. So he's just like, they 600 yards over there. There's a creek that runs through there and drops off a ditch bank over there.
They probably got him bait down in there in that ditch by that old stump.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So
Yeah.
you hunt off a foot most of the time, right, Jen?
That's fixing to change. She's fixing to start hunting with me. We hunt off a horseback.
Horseback. Okay.
Yeah, we hunt off a horseback.
There's a few guys around that hunt off horseback here, North Alabama and up at Tennessee state line. A lot of them do, but most of them.
I'm old and broke up. I can do much better on my horse than I can on my feet. I drive around in a truck or in a side by side. I hunted off of a little stud horse I raised from a baby most of my life, and he died 2 years ago. And I'm riding a 4-year-old son off of him that's still a stallion.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we hunted the other day, and one of them gals was riding a mare, and he wanted to let everybody there know that he was a stud. He never threw me off, but yeah, we fixing to come January. See, our deer season comes in August 15th. That pretty much shuts us down except for night hunting. And January 1st, season goes out, we'll get the hunting the horse hard in him.
Sweet. Yeah, he's got a little fire to him.
Yeah, but I'm fixing to take that fire from him. I'm going to take his family jewels from him.
That's right. That'll definitely knock the fire out of your ass there, I guarantee you.
I guarantee you.
If it don't, something's wrong. That's for sure.
I've hunted off of horses twice, and I loved it. And I had a horse, but I was training to do it. But again, it's hard to find the land by yourself to hunt off of. And then I had an accident at the farm where I actually lost that horse. So I'm kind of starting all over from the ground up with that.
I got you. That's pretty cool. That's going to be something. You if you get some good videos and pictures of that right there, I'd like to see all that.
Y'all boys go on YouTube.
Yeah.
Check out the Low Country Mafia page.
Low Country Mafia. All right.
I ain't posted no videos in years and years, but that's a bunch of old videos when I was a young man on there.
Okay. Yeah, we'll go check it out. That's for sure.
He's an old motherfucker now.
Is he? Well, shit, I understand. I am too. Shit.
And I'm about to have ornery too.
I heard that. So y'all been catching a bunch of hogs, or this summer been good for y'all?
There's been a lot of runners.
Yeah, man. They come in. The property we hunt and joins almost 20,000 acres of WMA land. And they they brought them Texas boys in with the helicopter. And some of our main hunting is duck ponds. Guys dug duck ponds down there and they plant corn and all in there. And boy, them hogs come up out of that river swamp. And
but how many did they kill in 3 days? Like 500?
I think they flew 2 days and they flew 15 minutes each day and they killed like 240 something hogs.
Damn.
But they got a couple of groups that I was glad they killed them son of a bitches, because when the dogs would get on them, if you did get lucky enough to stop them, you could go out. But in between the WMA property and the land that we hunt, it's a railroad bed. That thing's like 35 foot from the swamp to the top of it. And them hogs will hit that thing, man. And there ain't a horse made in this world across that.
Hell yeah.
But we always call the dogs back over there.
Yeah, them damn. We went Sunday, and we were in Georgia, and we ran one for 5 hours. I think we put out on him at 6:30, and we caught him a little after 11. And I mean, that son bitch. That's the first thing they said. He's like, get him out of there. We don't want him to breed nothing. Because, I mean, he's about 175, 180 pounds, but my God, that son bitch ran, I don't know how many miles.
Yeah.
I mean, don't you think the problem is that we're catching everything that'll catch, and then everything that run is fucking still out there, and they're breeding, and then there's more fucking runners.
That's yes, without a doubt. That's a lot of the problem.
I started hunting down here in Hampton County in the Low Country in the early 1990s, and man, I was the only person in the county had a hog dog, and there had been two other groups of guys that had dogs. Dick Smith and Marc brothers had hog dogs when I was a kid. But man, I had I probably had 60 to 80,000 acres of farmland. The farmers were begging me to go. And boy, them hogs, as soon as the dog sunk teeth in his nutsack, he was going to turn around and fight. He wasn't going nowhere.
Hell yeah.
Boy, but nowadays we done caught all them fighting ones out, and the runners just left to breed, and they train them pigs when that pack runs.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like that. It's like that anywhere there's a big population of hog hunters, and the first thing they do is they blame it on the dogs, and I'm sure it's got something to do with it. But at the same time, like you said, it's the ones that we're not catching, we're not finishing the race.
Yep.
And like I said, Sunday we stayed on that son gun right there. Mr. Henry and them, they had some hounds they put on it, and I mean, stayed on that son bitch until it was caught.
I told you,
hours.
Yeah, that's the most important thing is just finishing the damn race.
Yep, I told Jenn last weekend. I said these bastards is gonna make me buy me another hound.
Yep. Well, we brought some home with us, some pups, but they three-quarter hound and they got a quarter cur in them.
Yeah, they won't be good.
Yeah,
That's probably good.
That's what all of them. Ain't that what they are? Or they
They're half
opposite?
Catahoula, quarter blackmouth.
No, he told me they were three-quarter and a quarter. I was trying to remember which way it was. I messaged him to make sure. Anyway, that's what a lot of them are. A lot of guys are running in Louisiana, Mississippi, and in Texas.
Yeah, I got partial to them damn. Don't get me. I love a tree and walker. I've always loved a tree and walker. And I got tree and walker heavy into my curves, but
yeah,
I done gone to breeding the damn. I had access to some of the best bird dogs in the whole country, and I breed them to a bird dog bit, a bulldog bitch, and they throw a little hound in there, and I kind of like that.
That's right.
But them dogs, I like to cast. I'm getting old. I don't like to fuck fire. If I turn a dog loose, I want him to go 700-800 yards.
There you go. Yeah, we cast hunt a lot. I've still got some rough dogs. But we don't hardly hunt them at all ever. Every now and then we'll road hunt them a little bit or use them as run and catch dogs. But if we got one that just keeps wanting to break, we'll throw some heat on him and catch him. But used to, that's all we ran was them rough dogs. And man, like you said, I'm getting older now. Shit, them cast dogs, loose bay, I can kick back, let them do it.
Damn right.
It's so funny because I'm so used to walking and so used to being by myself. When those dogs were bayed, I was starting walking. He's like, get in the fucking truck. What are you doing? I was like, I'm going to the bay. He's like, no, darn. The fucking truck. I'm driving up there. And
yeah, like, that's right.
How I hunt.
Oh no, that's the thing about it. When you change up like that, it takes a little bit of adjusting. You got to tell people to slow down a little bit. Like just slow down. They ain't going nowhere. We'll get there in a minute. You can
see. And I don't run just straight bay dogs. Like all my dogs that I have now are mostly Catahoula, pit, and hound. So I mean, they're catchy.
Yeah.
And if there's enough of them there, they're gonna fucking catch, even if my bulldog's not there. So I gotta run.
Yeah, you got to get there.
Yeah, so it's funny when he was like, get in the truck, we're driving over there. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude?
So when with these rough dogs that you got, and I mean, it happens, dogs get cut, they get hurt. How did you deal with that when that happened?
I usually carry a pack in. So I have a pack with like some kind of vet wrap and all the staples and shit I usually have back at the truck.
I got you. Yeah,
but
that's what I was just curious. I was like, well, I know if you run them rough dogs, you're gonna have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because I used to deer dog back in the day when I started too. And it was funny because like if a deer dog got cut up from like, you know, I don't know, something that it came across or
Yeah.
whatever, they'd come over the CB. They're like, hey, Jen, you have any staples? Got any? And they just knew that I had it.
I got you. So you've always been just hands on.
Well, I mean, that's the only way to be if you're going to hunt by yourself. You can't be real fucking stupid.
No. Well, there's some out there that are. I mean, there's a few of them, I'm sure.
I like to say that I'm not very smart, but I can observe. And if I hunt with people that know what they're doing and I can watch what they're doing and understand what they're doing, then I'll do it. But I know that I can't ask questions to everyone because people just will either lie to you because they don't want you to know, or they're just going to fucking think that you're a dumbass because people are judgmental and they don't want to help other people. So when I hunt with people, which isn't that often, I just watch everybody and I pick up the good and I pick up the bad.
And that's one of the main things that we've been preaching on is, you know, the guys who've been doing it for a long time, you know, they always blame it on the younger people or the people that haven't been hunting as long. They're like, oh, they do this, they do that. I'm like, well, we're not doing anything to help them. So how in the hell are they supposed to learn anything?
Exactly.
And so, and I'm guilty of it for a long time. Like I wouldn't help nobody do shit, or I'll take that back. I did, but I kept getting shit on, so I quit.
Well, hey, I sold a young boy. He come to me and he wanted to buy some hog dogs. I had to show enough hog dogs. I sold him a pair, a male and a female. And I said, the deal is now within 2 years you got to breed them, and I get a pair of puppies off of them.
Yep.
And I sold him the dogs, and I got the puppies off of it. They made good dogs. But like 4 years after I sold him them dogs, I don't only catch him and his hunting partner poaching on my property over on the WMA. It was 16 of them.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
What was they doing? Having a fucking reunion?
I don't sell dogs close.
No. Yeah, I'm the same way.
About 20 years ago, it's like the hog hunting and hog dogging world blew up. Nobody never knew nothing about it until 20, 25 years ago. And it's just like, and man, I've seen so many guys come by dogs to me that I knew their daddies, and I'd sell them young boys a couple good dogs, and they'd go to catching hogs. And then a year and a half later, and they got to go walk through a couple of cut-downs of them green briars about 400 yards to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
They quit that. They get rid of the dogs and they quit that shit.
Yep.
You got to be tough to be a hog hunter.
It's more work than what they thought it was. Once the new wears off, they
want to go get them Facebook pictures when they got to go across them cut-downs or through them sloughs.
That's right.
The
That's exactly right. And there's but like you said, 20, 25 years ago, there wasn't nowhere near as many people, which, like I said, I've been hunting for about 20 years. And, because I wasn't raised in the hog dogs, but I've had hunt dogs all my life. We just hunted other stuff with them. We didn't have any hogs. And once I started running the hog dogs, man, like you said, we could catch hogs everywhere. They didn't run. Like they'd turn around, they'd take a bay, and you never seen anybody with hog dogs. And now, it's been about 15 years here. About 15 years ago was when it really started kicking off. And in the last 10 years, shit, everybody's a hog hunter.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, everybody.
I used to go to the field trials down in Florida and South Georgia and Brunswick, Georgia, and all down in there.
Yeah.
I could take 3 litters of puppies, and my daddy could take 2 litters and price them at $150 to sell the majority of them on Saturday and sell a few more on Sunday. And then everybody wanted them loud colored old blue-eyed dogs and all. I take the whole litter. That's how I didn't pick no puppies. I let whatever sold, whatever was left, that's what I kept out of that litter.
Yeah.
And I wound up with a lot of black and brindle dogs, but
That's
them
what,
hogs them hogs don't know no difference in the color.
yeah, they don't know if them blue eyes are looking at them or not, do
That's right.
they? So how long have you been hunting? You said how long you been running hog dogs? It's just the early
I
90s.
started hunting in 1992,
I got you.
and there's a big plantation.
I was 12.
But there was a big cattle plantation. I worked at a chemical plant in my early 20s, and it was about 50 miles from where I lived. And there's a big cattle operation, and they raised cutting horses and all up there called Creek Plantation out of Augusta, Georgia. And the lady I worked for at the plant, she had cutting horses, and she introduced me to an old cowboy up there. He was about 56 years old, 57 years old at the time. He was from over there in South Georgia, and he had cow stock Catahoulas that went back to his granddaddy's dogs. His granddaddy worked cows with in the 1940s.
Damn.
And man, and nobody could hog hunt that place. And boy, that was a lot of hogs. And it wasn't two or three of them cowboys that hunted it. And he was an older fella, and he was all broke up from riding them rodeo stuff. And I was a young strapping fella back then, and he seen good help, so I started hunting with him. And well, I got some good dogs, and they had a little ridge back in them. But pretty much everything he ran, if you heard him bark a time or two, you better be getting to them because they was gonna be catching on that something.
Yeah, he wasn't running hogs; he catching hogs.
Yeah. I mean, you sew up some dogs and more like that, but
Yeah.
we hunt on the horses and them little. We raised the state horse of South Carolina. They call them marsh taxis.
Yeah.
And like some of them Spanish ships sunk off the coast, and them little horses got on them Barry Islands and raised. And boy, they can get around in that mud, and they're strong little horses. I like them because they're so short, and they ain't as far to fall off the ground now that I'm up.
I heard that.
But man, a lot of times, hell, when them dogs go to bay, and you see them horses throw their ears up, if you can throw the reins across the damn horn, they'll take you right to them. That old stud of mine that just died, if he'd go in there, the hogs had the dog caught, and I'd ride right up to it. I've seen him take his foot and put it on the hog's ass, pin the hog's ass to the ground.
Damn. That's pretty wild.
Yes. Them horses get what they love as much as the dogs do.
Yeah. They're strong little horses too, man.
That'd be pretty cool right there. Just have a horse go up there and just put that foot on that sumbitch and hold him down. Yeah.
I got a video on there on that Low Country Mafia page of him doing that.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. That's some anything that's. I seen a video one time of a damn. I think it was a mule, and it got a hold of a mountain lion. And
I seen that shit.
I'm talking and stomped that sumbitch to death. Was biting him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said, damn. I said, hell
Yeah, one of my best friends that hunts with us, he hunts off a mule.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured them mules
Well,
be
you guys
bad enough.
think about it. If you think about it, donkeys are guardians.
Yeah.
Like they're protectors of a flock. So you put a donkey with a horse, I mean, they're going to be faster, more agile, but they still have that tenacity.
Yes. You can make it a catch dog.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Have that right in there on that donkey and just.
Listen, you guys don't know. I got my mammoth donkey from the Ozark Mountains. You just got a lot what's about to happen.
Hey, I'm still liking old boy's idea of a little miniature donkey going through the thickets up the mountain. That's a damn bright idea there, bro.
Well, it is. We packed a bunch of shit out. Nate's my son,
I
and
want to build a set of dog boxes for it.
yeah, he wants to put a
lead out
little
no dogs.
put them dogs on that sumbitch and take off.
Have you guys seen that out west? Like where they legit have dog boxes on each side? It's cool
Yes.
shit.
Yeah, a buddy of mine, Devin Staker, he's got a flatbed truck with sideboards on it. He hollers at the fucking mules, and they go jump in the bed of the truck.
Listen, this motherfucker has his old horse used to get in the bed of the
That's
truck.
crazy.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. I
got some buddies that I've traded cur dogs with over the years from up Walhalla, South Carolina. They bear a lot of bear up in that area, and they carry them little. I don't know what the proper name is. I call it a chainsaw whip, and that's how they'll get them bears out of them mountains. They'll have them things in a backpack. They pick them young boys, took them damn chainsaw winches and shit. They'll carry 200 or 300 foot of rope in there with them.
We get busy with it.
Hell yeah.
That's pretty damn wild there. So that
I told you he's like way more interesting than I am.
no, I mean, when you've been doing it a long time, you got a lot of stories to tell.
Hell
You
yeah.
got some good stories to tell. But you've got stories to tell as well.
This gal here, all I know is she's badass. She can back up what she says. I promise you that.
Yeah. That's well, like I said, that's one reason why I've been kind of kept up with what she's been doing over the past couple of years myself. And I was like, well, she's definitely putting in the damn time and the work for sure. And,
That's the only way to learn.
yeah.
You know?
So was it when you started doing the bear hunts and stuff, when you started doing that, was it because you hunt with more people there, right?
I mean, you have to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a bigger group. So how does that work now compared to hunting by yourself?
So I actually love it because everybody that I played with the last season, it was like people that have done it their whole lives. They were open to like teaching me how to do it. They loved that I loved it and I loved the dogs and they knew I had hog dogs, so I'm sure that was a little bit different how they acted towards me. But when I killed my first bear last year, I mean, some guy gave me this really nice knife. Like he just walked over, like when we were sitting there, cutting up the bear meat and everything, and he handed me something. I was like, oh shit, what'd I do? And he handed me this really nice knife. And it was just, I felt like I was part of the club. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they wanted me to kill a bear more than anybody else there because I hunted the season before. I never got on a bear. I got a bear dog. And I'll tell you, it meant more to me walking up that fucking mountain with that bear, seeing my dog I could breathe because of that. But killing the bear to my fucking hot dog that I trained myself, I get teared up every fucking time I think about it.
Yeah.
You can't.
That's pretty. It's an emotional deal there.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you can't explain it.
No. If nobody's been through it.
I mean, like, I don't know if I lucked out or if I know what I'm doing or if I was around good people or what, but when I walked up and saw him tied back and saw that bear, I was like, this motherfucker made it to the fucking tree. Struck the tree, man. Struck the tree. Second day.
Yeah, you can't get any better than that.
No.
That's as good an experience as you can get. And like I said, I don't have any dogs that have put on bear yet. I'm going to this year. But we ran bear and the whole community is different. The bear hunters that I've been around, they're different than a lot of the hog hunters.
It's they're kind of clanning.
Yes.
Because they all grew up together. It's a way of life. Like these people are born into it.
Yep.
Which I think makes it a little bit different than hog hunting. People just kind of get into hog hunting, but these bear guys, I mean, it's like their grandfathers did it, their uncles did it. It's bred into them.
Yes.
But also the way of hunting, you have to have guys surround that mountain and all the crossings to make sure the dogs are safe when they cross the road. Because that bear will run for 20 miles.
Yep.
So you do have to have a bunch of people. And I can't say, I love hog hunting. I started out hog hunting, and that's what I'll always do. But there is something different and special about hunting with a group of people that are bear hunting. And those hounds, they're different types of dogs. They're gritty. And listen, I love a plot dog. This motherfucker that's sitting over here, he hates a plot dog. And a lot of people do. They say they're slow. Listen, if you get a good one, you've got a good one.
Yep. There's no doubt about that. They and the hounds that I've seen in bear country are totally different than some of the hounds I've seen down here where we live at. And I've had some of the guys that they hog hunt with hounds, or they've been on a hunt with hounds like that, and all they do is talk about how slow they are and all that. And I was like, man, I've seen some of the most powerful dogs that I've ever seen when I was bear hunting.
Well, so what I've been told by a lot of old bear hunters is that speed kills.
Yes. Consistency.
So a lot of them, what's funny is like, you think a bigger dog's going to move faster, but through those laurel thickets and all that shit, sometimes those little short squatty dogs are faster.
Yeah. They can get in there and slide around quicker.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then big dogs, like I said, the slower ones, they'll take and they'll stay with that track, and they don't, they're not close enough and pressuring the bear real hard to push him much further. The faster dog, if they catch that bear, they got to deal with it.
I mean, they got to put teeth in it to get it up a tree, though. And I'll tell you, I've been on the ground with a bear. That's what got me.
I did. Yeah, I did that. What was it, a month ago? Yeah. Yeah, that was my first experience with that. And it started out 10 feet from me. And before we got all the dogs pulled back, I was 2 foot from it. I don't know what happened. That's the most excited I've been in 20 years.
I mean, because if you think about it, it is way more dangerous than a hog. Those things can grab you like a human and squeeze your guts out.
Yes.
It's got claws like a cougar. They have teeth like a cougar. I mean, when we kill one, I examine the shit out of it because it's new to me and I fucking love it. But they are the ultimate predator. Like, people think that they're all cuddly and sweet and all this bullshit. They will fucking kill you.
Yes. Yeah, that was the first thing I thought about after everything was over. I was like, what the fuck was I even thinking? I was trying to get closer to it.
Yeah, because you're not used to that.
No.
So I guess it was the first season. I don't know how many hunts did, but there was a bear that was spayed on the ground about 4 or 5 times. And those guys really wanted me to kill it. So as many times as they could get on the ground to it, drove like it's a hazard and shit to get to the bay, and we'd run in there. And I remember one time we stayed down next to a creek in a laurel thicket, and there's 3 of us, and they said, fucking stand here and point your gun there. And it was probably 10 feet away from me, and you could not see it. You could hear dogs yelping. It was fucking throwing dogs. It was growling. And I was shaking out. This was the craziest shit I've ever fucking done in my life. And then it broke the other way. And I looked at my buddy and I was like, dude, I can't not ever, like, I need to do this. Yeah. This is the craziest shit I've ever fucking done. I need to do it again.
Yeah, that right there would definitely get you.
Yeah. That adrenaline, I mean, it just, what I mean, like, you go in, you gotta crawl fucking rider patches to get to your dog by yourself. That's just equally as fucked up.
Hey, God, this girl's in the middle of it. She just had like a big sale, and like 4 microburst tornadoes come through here, and we were out the river sitting in the boat at Rhode Island. And I'm like, you okay? She goes, oh God, it's so fucking cool. and then later on, when we got back, she goes, oh my God, it's violent weather. We rode it out in the middle of the river.
Yeah, I might have a problem.
Yeah, a little bit. You're an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah. I don't know if I can say that, but I like it when it gets a little dangerous.
Okay. You just keep telling yourself that you're not a damn adrenaline junkie. Okay. First step is knowing. All right. Or you're just crazy. One of the damn two. Probably both.
Well, listen. This guy, he actually broke it down the other day.
She ain't crazy. I had to break it down for one of my buddies the other day. I said, she's not crazy. She's wild.
Yeah.
And he goes, there ain't no fucking difference. And his wife was getting this. He goes, oh, yeah, there's a big difference in being wild and crazy.
Yeah.
I do like that. I mean, that's not wild.
Well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I said the other day when I made that comment. I was like, this is a feral woman in her natural habitat right here.
That is like that sums it up for sure.
Yeah.
But I can be fancy if I need to be fancy.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as you can, you know when to turn it on, turn it off. Because like what now you still how many you got 2 businesses? You got the
I just closed my salon in Baltimore and I'm semi-retired, and I have a salon in Asheville, North Carolina. And I'm trying to figure out if I want to open another salon or if I want to do something different. I haven't quite figured that out yet.
Oh, okay. I got you.
But I don't feel well.
I done told her she's a hot dog. I'm tired.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, man, that's fucking like this has probably been one of the best episodes I've had. I've laughed more, and I don't know what.
It has been funny.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, we definitely talked about a lot.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's been a damn good time. You got anything you want to add to
I don't think
this?
so.
Or
I got some moonshine to drink and some fucking crazy shit.
I know that's what I fixed up. I figured you guys are wanting to cut loose and have a good time, and we don't want to hold you up too damn much, but. You know, but at the same time, we do enjoy it. We have enjoyed this, and I'm glad all these people in the world are going to get to listen and enjoy it too.
Yeah, fellas, I enjoy talking to y'all. Y'all good dudes. Y'all
Hey,
real people.
Hey, y'all bring your ass to Alabama and hunt with us sometime, or hell, we'll
let us know.
Hey, come on with it.
Tell us the date.
I guarantee. Well, they probably could because like Jen's hunted the mountains and the low country. Like that's what we hunt.
Probably gonna kick our ass.
Yeah, we hunt. We hunt the hills. We hunt more like the mid country.
Yeah,
You know.
if I'm hunting hills, I got to be riding something.
Nathan might have them 2 little miniature donkeys rigged up by then. You and him, you can ride one of them fucking donkeys.
I can ride.
Oh. All right, y'all.
Oh,
Listen,
God.
it's been badass. Jen, you are badass. We appreciate y'all. Thank you
I appreciate y'all.
thank you for your time, and
yes.
maybe we'll do this again.
Oh, I'm sure.
All right, y'all be good, and we'll talk to y'all later.
See
All
y'all.
right. Bye.
See y'all. All right, that was Miss Jenn Cubbage, and what's his name? Marion Gohagan.
Mm-hmm.
And they are having a good time.
Yes.
And honestly, that's my kind of people. They're living life.
They're not trying to impress nobody.
No, they're
trying
being
to have a
themselves.
good time. And they enjoy dog work.
Exactly. They're being themselves. They're not trying to put on a show for anybody. And that's a big part of who we are
Yes.
and what we're doing here with our podcast. And I know that some of the language can get out there. So like we mark all our stuff explicit because it's for adults. And we appreciate everybody that, you know, gives us good positive feedback. And if you have any negative feedback or whatever, hey, you can say that too. We're big boys. We can take it. But I think that what Miss Jenn has done the past few years is, I think it's a pretty damn admirable thing, because being a single woman that has never really hunted like that, it's never really, you know, done that, and she hunts by herself a lot. That's a lot.
I'm gonna have to get on a horse, get my street cred back up.
Yeah,
Being a pussy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it makes you feel like. Like, damn,
I love it. Tell me how you feel.
Well,
I'll be a pussy all I want.
I'd rather sit right there and say that than to go over here and tell somebody else some bullshit.
I'll be straight up. I'm scared to death to get on a horse. I ain't
Yeah.
ever been around them though.
Yeah.
It's an intimidating animal for me.
That's a big animal.
But I'll grab a snake, which is an intimidating animal
Yeah,
for
a lot
other
of
people.
people don't
Everybody's
like
got their things.
That's right.
But the biggest thing is I don't mess with spotters.
Yep. Me neither. So what we're doing, what we were talking about a while ago about what Jenn was doing, is she's going to do like basically like a women's retreat camp kind of thing for females to learn the basics of how to hunt, what to look for, different things like that. And she's been talking about it for a little while, and I really would like to see her do it and see where it goes. You know, kind of like a little outdoor school deal, because most of the time when somebody's doing that and leading that charge, it's somebody who's a veteran and has been doing it for many, many years, or was raised doing it. It's a generational thing. And with her, it's not. So it's a new outlook on a historical thing. I mean, y'all just keep an eye out for that, and y'all check out our social media stuff. She's also one of our field staff. I think she's for Southern Houndman Magazine too.
Yes.
Yeah, she's on that staff there as well. So she's pretty well versed in the outdoors. Y'all make sure to give her a follow and on social media and check her out. So, and for all you weirdos out there, don't ask her to go hunting just because she's got boobs, what she said. So we appreciate y'all. Till the next one, we'll see ya.
Thank you. Hope y'all enjoyed that episode. Stay tuned for our new episodes every Monday and Wednesday. For questions, advertising, or just to chat, email DixieDoggers01@gmail.com.